Good afternoon, this is Riesen with Jon Lancaster Toyota in Madison, giving a quick tour of the 2010 Toyota 4Runner Trail Edition. It's kind of a unique truck. It's a pretty rare find in the States. Normally they're shipping SR5 and limited 4Runners. They import very few of these Trail Edition 4Runners for one reason or another, but this is the true off-road capable 4Runner. And it's not to say the SR5 or limiteds, they're not capable. This truck just has a few features that make it extremely off-road capable and probably a lot more fun to drive off-road. I'm going to give you a quick tour of the differences that make the Trail different from the SR5 Unlimited. And the first is obviously that hood scoop that's up there. That comes from anything Toyota sells that has a sport package. Trail just got it by default, but it looks pretty cool. If you look at the front of the truck too, I'm talking about these bumpers right here. Those are a unpainted, kind of a black plastic, and it's just better for scratches. If you're driving this truck off-road, you won't scratch the paint up if you're running over, small trees or small brush as you're driving off-road. Same is true on the wheel fender, flares. The plastic, it's all black plastic. It's matte, doesn't scratch very easily. Same is true of the mirrors and the door handles. The exterior of this truck is Magneitc Gray Metallic, and the options on here include obviously the Trail package and kinetic dynamic suspension, so KDSS suspension, which just gives us more wheel travel in the back, quite a bit more. It's for suspension articulation, so when you're driving this thing off weird terrain, you get a little bit more articulation. You kind of see that. I just parked it in a rut, but the suspension moves quite a bit more. They actually use like a hydraulic strut on the rear sway bar, so it's not limited in terms of how far it can travel. Forgive me, I gotta pay attention so I don't fall down and kill myself out here. Us city boys aren't used to standing outside. A few more things. This guy's got a backup camera. He's got towing on him. There's a hitch, and the wiring, of course, is just there. The rear window is vertically power, as all 4Runners are. And if I pop the back open here, you'll see the familiar cargo deck system where you can grab this handle here, pull it, slide it. Gives you a platform to work from. If you're working outside, you could use that platform for anything. Maybe you're spraying along a trail or something that's on your rural property, and you could hang off the back of there and operate your sprayer. That's kind of cool. There's a couple power outlets that are back here. There's one in the back. It's a AC outlet, 400 watts available, and the truck's running. AC means it plugs in just like it does at home. It's 12-volt power port. Because he's got nav, he's got JBL stereo, and that's the subwoofer that's in the back of him. The seats in the back fold down flat, but we're more here for why this guy's a Trail than we are for how the seats lay down. And again, the power rear window is vertical. And look at the unique wheels that come with the Trail Edition. And I want to go inside and show you a few things. Got a kind of a cool seat fabric. If you can hear that. It's like a nylon-ish seat. It's real dense. And I think it's going to stand up really, really well to getting in and out of the truck many times. But you can see those little sparklies in there. There's like a water-resistant quality of this fabric. It's almost as though there's like a layer of plastic underneath there that prevents water from penetrating the seat. It's pretty cool. Looking at the dashboard, there's a button to turn on the power outlets, windshield wiper de-icer grid, and a button to turn off the side and curtain airbags, because the truck has airbags on the side of the seat as well as in the roof line. On the steering wheel, there's radio controls, so you can control, obviously, stations. Because he's got a USB port in the glove box, you can control your iPod, so you can plug it in, change the tracks right there on the steering wheel. On the opposite end, there's Bluetooth cell phone controls. Because he's got JBL with nav, you get Bluetooth for your cell phone. Couple neat things to show you here. We went back to the retro 4-wheel drive pull, so from 2 to 4 high, you just pull the lever back. Low ranges to the right and forward. Big deal, we've seen that before. Let's look at this. A couple really cool features, but basic ones first. Traction control off, so you can turn the track off so you can spin the tires if you're in the dirt. Active traction control, or A-track, is essentially, it makes both axles simulate a posi differential, so it'll make both front and rear axles locked up and all 4 tires will spin. So if you get her stuck, this will help. If you get the back end hung up, this will help. This is a rear differential lock. So if there's something under the axle and one of the rear tires aren't touching the ground, lock the rear differential and both rear wheels are tied together. That should get you unstuck. Here's the big news. This essentially is cruise control for slow speeds. It's called crawl control. But if you're driving over difficult terrain and you want to pay more attention to your driving than you do your power application, or what you're doing with the gas pedal, you can set crawl control to a specific speed when you're in 4-wheel drive low range, and the truck does the rest. You just key it on and adjust your speed. That's pretty sweet. This guy here is most easily suggested to be multi-terrain anti-lock brakes. If you're driving the truck off-road, you don't always want your anti-lock brakes to pulse so you can maintain steering control like you would on the road. Maybe you want the wheels to skid a little bit, and maybe, this lets you fine-tune the anti-lock brake system, so when you're off-roading, you're crawling over a rock, whatever, you can make sure that the anti-lock brake system is set up to do what you want it to do. So those are some of the features that make the trail the trail. And I had a specific question about the nav, so just to show you, it does have GPS navigation. With the nav, you get a backup camera, so you can see what's behind you, of course. Pretty easy. There's also a feature here that lets you trace where you've been. So if you're off-road, and I'm somewhat off-road, so there's really no marked roads here, I can actually have the truck leave little electronic breadcrumbs. See if we can get this truck out of here. It's stuck. Now what? No problem. I just turn the 4-wheel drive on and drive out. But if I scratch it, I think I bought it, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Holy cow, we made it. Alright, so what I was trying to show you was electronic breadcrumbs. Let's do that. The beeping, if you must know, is the truck saying, hey, go back and close the rear hatch. We'll get there. Okay, there's one dot on there. So with those dots, you could find your way back out of the off-road excitement that you got yourself into. So there you go. 2010 Toyota 4Runner Trail. I'm going to close the doors and get out of here.